Hi, and welcome back. Today we're diving into one of the most important topics in art, composition. Now, composition can be defined as the orderly arrangement of the elements of design using the principles of design. Think of it like this. The elements are like your basic building blocks, and the principles are the ways you arrange those blocks so they work together. When you understand and apply these tools, your work becomes more interesting, more engaging, and more powerful. So let's start by looking at the elements of design. There are 7 elements of design, and they are line, shape, form, color, texture, space, and value. Let's take a closer look at them one by one. First one is line. A line is simply a continuous mark made by a moving point. It is the most basic of all the elements and usually the starting place for creating art. Lines can be vertical, horizontal, diagonal, curved, thick, thin, broken, or even implied. They help guide the viewer's eye and they bring energy into a piece. Number 2 is shape. A shape is an enclosed space with only 2 dimensions, length and width. Shapes can be geometric, like squares and circles, or organic, like the irregular shapes we find in nature. And here's an important note. Whenever you create a positive shape in a painting, you're also creating the negative shape or space around it. Number 3 is form. Form takes shape into the 3rd dimension. It has height, width, and depth. Form creates the illusion of volume and thickness, and we can imply it in 2-dimensional art by using shading, highlights, and perspective. Number 4 is color. Color is one of the most used and least understood of all the elements of design. Color happens when light strikes an object and reflects it back to our eyes. All colors stem from the 3 primary colors, and every color also has 3 properties: hue, value, and intensity. Number 5 is texture. Texture refers to the surface quality of an object and adds richness and depth to a piece. Texture can be real, as in the tactile quality of a painting that you can actually see and feel, or implied, as when an artist creates the look of texture on a flat surface. Number 6 is space. Space is simply the area around, between, or within parts of an artwork. Space can be shallow or deep, positive or negative, 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional. Now, negative space, that area around your subject, is especially important to consider because the balance between positive and negative space can have a big impact on your composition. When negative space is used well, it will create balance and make a painting feel alive. But when it's ignored, the composition can feel flat or crowded. Number 7 is value. Value refers to the lightness or darkness of tones and colors. It's that range between your darkest darks and lightest lights, with all the tones in between. Value is often considered one of the most important elements of painting, and honestly, I'd even argue that it's more important than color. This is because you can have strong drawing and color mixing skills, but if you don't arrange your values well, your piece could fall flat or feel unbalanced. That's why creating value thumbnails, those little sketches that map out your light and dark areas, can transform your composition. So, those are the 7 elements of design, the building blocks of every artwork. From line and shape all the way to value, these are the tools you'll be using every time you create. Remember, composition is simply the orderly arrangement of the elements of design using the principles of design. These tools are what give your art strength and impact. The more you practice noticing and applying them, the more effective your compositional skills will be. In the next video, we'll take a look at the principles of design. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like so others can discover it, and make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss part 2.